Good and Erev Shabbos, and welcome to BJC Halacha A, number 2099. Halacha that keeps the Yetzer Hara away, dedicated in loving memory of Daniela Basfi and Hashem Hashem Aliyah, continuing the laws of the sale of chametz. Who would like to sponsor 2100 coming on Moti Shabbos? Think about it. $100, $180. It's a big number. Every 100 halachas. We are plowing through, learning Torah every day. Consistency. It's not about the halacha, it's about the yomi every day. Here we go. The rabbinic prohibition of benefiting from chametz she'avar alav Pesach, chametz over which Pesach has passed, is not limited to the owner of the chametz. In fact, no Jew may benefit from chametz that was owned by a Jew during Pesach. Therefore, after Passover, one may not purchase chametz that a Jewish storekeeper owned on Pesach, right? This happens a lot in grocery stores. Certainly private grocery stores that might be owned by a non-religious Jew. He kept the chametz, the Cheerios, over Pesach. What do you do? Let's see. It is necessary to be careful not to derive benefit after Pesach from the chametz of a Jew who is suspected of not having properly sold his chametz to a non-Jew. Let's see the footnote. It's a long one. The law prohibiting benefit from chametz owned by a Jew during Pesach applies also to Jewish-owned supermarkets and liquor stores, as well as to their distributors. It is not always a simple matter to ascertain whether a company is halachically considered to be Jewish-owned, as it is common that there are a number of individuals who own or have management positions in the company. Therefore, a halachic authority who is knowledgeable in these matters must be consulted before purchasing chametz from such stores after Pesach. One may purchase chametz from such stores once enough time has passed that it may be reasonably assumed that the chametz that was owned on Pesach has been sold and the stock has been replenished. This assumption depends on the availability of reliable information and varies depending on a number of factors. A knowledgeable halakhic authority must be consulted. So in other words, if you know, hey, by now the Cheerios that was on that shelf during Pesach and the whole stash was sold, it's a month later, then that could be okay to go back to that store, because you can assume that the new Cheerios was brought into the store after Pesach. But again, you need a halachic authority for this. If a non-observant storekeeper sold his chametz properly before Pesach, even if his store remained open and he sold chametz on Pesach, the sale of the chametz to the non-Jew is nevertheless valid. For even though he has certainly transgressed the chametz prohibition with the specific chametz that he sold on Pesach, having acquired it back from the non-Jew by doing business with it, this has no effect on the previous sale, which remains a bona fide transaction. That's from Moshe Feinstein. Nevertheless, one may still not purchase chametz from him after Pesach, since the storekeeper might give him chametz that was purchased on Pesach, which was not included in the sale, and is prohibited as chametz over which Pesach has passed. Therefore, the rabbi who arranged the sale must inform the storekeeper that he may not buy or sell chametz on Pesach, and the rabbi should not give the storekeeper a certificate attesting to the fact that his chametz was sold. Moreover, if the rabbi feels that for some reason it would be detrimental to perform the sale of chametz for such a person, he may follow his understanding. Wow! Okay, that concludes that halacha. Thanks for listening. One more halacha and to get to 2100 and one more halacha in that chapter. So thanks for listening and looking forward to a future sponsor, God willing. 100 or 180. Tell you what, if you don't sponsor, I will. In loving memory of my father. Should always sponsor. But I'd like to offer you this chus as well. Have a wonderful Shabbos. We'll see you in Yetzer Shabbos.